finally get it. You know, I know why the Epstein list can't come out. Because we would get mad at people who are on it, like Bruce Willis. These people, everybody wants the opportunity to feel young again. I was also watching, it clicked. I was also watching this recent post with Kurt Metzger on his channel, and it showed this weird video with underage kids that must have been like 9 or 10 in like this Turkish bathhouse or whatever. And that's what this whole thing is. These people want to feel young. Everybody wants to feel young again. You know? I'm like, it's not about banging the kid. It's not about having sex with these underage kids. Yes, there are probably 14 to 16-year-olds that have been abused in this system too, and that's like, I get it. It's wrong. It's wrong. These people want... Yes, I'm a little medicated right now. I'm a little, like, drunk on mushrooms, so I'm rambling, and it's noticeable. But I finally get it. You know, I myself am a person who was abused by my brother at a young age. I get it. These people want to feel young again. It clicked when I remembered the Kurt Metzger video of the little kids in the Turkish bathhouse. They had like these white straps around their like white straps, so they weren't like completely nude, but it's like, it's these old people want to feel young again. That's I'm not justifying what's going on, but that's what it is. They want to go to these places and they want to feel young again. Bruce Willis, these rich people who are now old, they want to feel young again, right? And this entire list is full of these people. I'm not saying it's not... It's human desire to want to feel young again. In the movie I literally just watched, this woman who's getting older, she wants to feel young again. So what does she do? She goes to her little boy toy to get plowed by him to feel young again, right? These old men don't necessarily want to plow little girl. Well, some of them do. And that's the wrong part. I'm sure allegedly people like Donald Trump want to bang 14-year-old girls. Allegedly. But that's what it is. They want to feel young again. Some of these people, they don't have sex with the little... It's like Abraham in the Bible. His wife was like, lay with my handmaiden, who's like this obviously younger woman, so he can get aroused and bang, and then not necessarily ejaculate into the younger girl. It's about him getting aroused to the point that he can then ejaculate into his wife. the woman he's been with for so long that he just can't get it up anymore. Abraham couldn't do it. He couldn't jizz into his wife anymore. So his wife was like, well, let's get it started with this younger woman, and then you can pump it into me. I finally get it. How did it not click sooner? These people just want to feel young again. That's all it is. That's all it's ever been. They want to feel young again. So these people, it's not pedophilia. Pedophilia is sexual only children. You're like, I don't find older women attractive. I only find these young little kids attractive. That's pedophilia. That's not what this is. This is admiration of beauty in all of its forms. You know, it's not pedophilia. It's hormones. It's I don't want to say natural. I don't want to use that word. It's beyond natural. It's like, I can't, there's not a word for it. There's just, the English language has completely fucked me, hasn't it? I can't, but you get it. So they go to these places, this like bathhouse with these little kids walking around with their little bits covered up with like white straps and whatnot. And it's not about having sex with these little girls. It's about them walking around and getting these old men to feel young again so that they can get hard and pump actual older women who are probably like escorts and like prostitutes or whatever you want to call them. You know, it's like the first form of Viagra for these people is these little kids, and they just can't get past this desire to have these little kids around, you know? Again, I'm not saying it's natural. It is they would say it's natural. I'm saying it's not natural. Okay? But I finally get it. As a person who has survived abuse, I finally get it. You know? There's my rant. It clicked. I watched the movie Death Becomes Her. I watched the new Kurt thing with these little 9-10-year-old girls who are walking around in a bathhouse, like being secretly videotaped in a bathhouse with these like little white straps around, you know, and it's like, oh my God, I finally get it. Click. They want to feel young again. They need to feel young again. So how do you feel young? You surround yourself with young, right? Like the old woman in the movie who wants to get plowed by the younger stud. She wants to feel young again. Right? So we can't get the list because people like you and me, the mob, the sheep, the plebs, we would get mad and we would demand justice. And what is justice for us? It is some kind of divine retribution we want to peddle out on these people. But that's never going to happen. You have to give up on that. Because it's never gonna happen. Okay? They think this is natural, so it's going to keep happening. It is not going to stop. You want to end it? You want to end it? Good fucking luck. It's it's like my dumbass brother who was fucking my friend. I didn't get to have I didn't get to have friends because it's like if I I didn't want to do anything that was popular with anyone else because I didn't want to make friends. I didn't want to make friends. The one friend I had got in the ass by my brother. Completely my entire life up. So while other kids were doing things like enjoying reading the Goosebumps, I deliberately chose to do something nobody would want to talk to me about. I deliberately picked up the fucking Bible. I was like, what's the one thing in here during reading time I can read? And absolutely none of these people are going to bother talking to me. I pick up the fucking Bible and read that, right? I didn't enjoy it, and I don't remember any of it. But what I do remember was I read Genesis, and I'm like, wow, this sucks. I don't want to continue with what's next, and so I just start flipping through until I get to Psalms, and I was like, well, this shit seems interesting. It's like these analogies and whatnot, and of course I don't get them as a kid, but it's something that I could read, right? During reading time, you had to read something. So it's like, okay, I'll read that. And none of these people will talk to me. I won't make any friends, and my brother won't fuck them in the ass. You know? I'm sure other people have this same problem out there. I'm sure I'm not alone. So, I get it. The list isn't coming out. Nothing's going to change. Society's going to stay the way it is. These people think it's natural. They're going to keep having these little kids walk around, and then other rich people who want to blackmail them will be like, hey, check out this 14-year-old you can have sex with. You can feel real young, and I'm going to secretly videotape you, and then I can have you do whatever I want. It's fucked up. That's just the way it is. We live here. You can't change here. Okay? Okay, that's my rant. Rant number 3, over. All right?